and giving him head. You know what I mean? I remember being a little kid and listening to all of that stuff. And so, like I said, the Queen Latifahs, the MC Lights, and things like that. But then, obviously me being a kid growing up, I still had, Marvelous, the Lady of Rage, the Brat. You know what I mean?
Amen.
So I grew up off of what I refer to as real hip hop, genuine hip hop, not the skinny jean era.
I agree with that. I say it the same way.
Yeah, I'm not with the skinny jean era. You know what I mean? I was blessed. You know what I mean, to have the teachings of older ones, and I just gravitated toward that. So. Like I said, the E40s, the Too Shorts, you know what I mean, all of them. Dog, you know what I mean. Dog is the one who actually introduced me to rapping. So, shout out to Dog and the whole DPG camp. So yeah, it was all around. I was surrounded by it. You know what I mean, from the 80s, the 70s, actually, with you know what I mean. What is it? Rapper's Delight, you know what I mean? Things like that, like Pops had Rapper's Delight, you know what I mean? So it was like I was a little kid, I would be downstairs and listening to shit like Rapper's Delight and Jackie Wilson, James Brown, and then I'd go upstairs and it'd be, like I said, Rakim, KRS-One, LL Cool J, and, you know what I mean? So I was a little kid running back and forth, and I just have all this, musical knowledge, a history, a real life history, a genuine respect for it, like a lot of the young artists don't have an appreciation. You know what I mean? I tell them all the time. It's like, you got the outfit on. You know what I mean? You got your gun, you got your outfit, but you didn't go to boot camp. You feel me? So you don't have the same respect for the culture that I do. You don't have the same respect because you don't have that knowledge.
There you go.
So that's why I feel sorry with some of the DJs. Like, I mean, nowadays it's a lot easier with the laptop. Yes, Serato. Like, you don't got to take your crates and be worried about getting jacked or being all fucked up, getting home the next day and leaving them in there and getting all warped, and you're like, fuck, I got my fucking doubles of so and so, you know what I mean? Especially you're rocking that funk, a lot of the hard to find vinyl.
Yeah.
You don't, you know what I mean? So I started rocking like 10, 11 crates, you carrying them by yourself, to just taking one of these bad boys, you know what I mean? But
right.
a lot of people just straight out start like, okay, let me go to YouTube, download, let me go here and that, whatever, download. And never really got their fingers tested.
Right. Now, I get what you're saying.
Boot camp. That goes back to exactly what
that's
you said.
real talk. You gotta put your fingers in.
You don't have a real.
What about you, Box?
Well, my influence.
Nephew. I'm sorry, that was nephew. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
what about you, nephew? I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't have my glasses, bro. Sorry.
He don't have his glasses.
I see you. What about you, nephew?
But as for me, I'm a little older than the rest of the crew. So, my influence, man, actually, it was the original group War from back in the 70s.
Right.
My father, actually my pops, was the original guitar player, Howard Scott.
Oh, shit.
And my mom, Sharani Scott, sung backup back when they was with Eric Burden and all this type of stuff. And then, I grew up with them in my living room. So, Harold Brown, who was the drummer, showed me how to play drums, so I'm a drummer. You know what I mean? So,
just like that, huh? The living, like whatever.
So when I hear the song Lowrider, I'm like, oh, that's Charles Miller. He sung that coming through my grandmama's kitchen. Or I hear The World Is a Ghetto. I'm like, they wrote that in my den. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And and then Soul Train and watching my parents on stage. That's what influenced me to do music. And then, as far as, coming up, I come up in the early 80s, and I'm a funkster. I love funk. You know what I mean? Even before rap, we had funk. I sit back now and watch
Shout out to cocaine.
You know what I mean? I watch youngsters now listen to certain music, and this music, influences them to pop mollies, take these drugs, turn up, act crazy. And I had to sit back and tell my homie, because I gangbanged for 35 years. And I had to sit back and tell my little homies, like, music didn't influence us to be no gangsters. We did what y'all doing, listening to R&B, soul, or whatever. So, you know what I mean? I never believed that music influenced nothing, because it didn't. Music had nothing to do with the gangster part of me. Music is what I love. You know what I mean? When it came to hip-hop, when hip-hop hit the scene, Man, shoot. MC Shan,
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne Shante.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was
And
there.
Houdini. If it wasn't Houdini, it was Eric B. and Rakim with me.
I was there.
You know what I
was
mean,
there.
man? But my
Incredible.
favorite, man, any given moment, Zap, Roger, Confunction. I'm funk. I love funk.
Nothing
man.
wrong with it.
Right.
I love
Yeah,
funk.
that's what's up.
Big Justified.
Man, I'm not fanatical about none of that shit.
Word up.
I grew up on, you know, things like my mother listened to, but, you know, when you ask of what was, you know, an influence, I'd have to say, you know, to me, the GOAT, you know what I'm saying, Tupac really influenced the artist that I strive to be as far as being, you know, informed, you know, bringing information to the mic, reaching out to my people, bringing music that's going to make you think versus dance. So from an artist standpoint, I would say that the writings and recordings of Tupac has had the most influence on me as an artist. But I love R&B. When I'm not listening to Tupac or myself or my crew, I'm on the Marsha Ambrosia Pandora station vibing out. I can't listen to rap all day. It sounds funny, even though I'm in the game. But like right now, where I'm at, that shit, you know, I gotta listen to some R&B.
Word up.
Usually because I don't be around niggas, I be around the ladies, so I be banging that Luther and
He's a
stuff.
lover. This dude-
I'm a lover, not a fighter, Damon.
This dude's a
Nothing wrong with that.
lover.
What about you, Box? Now.
Oh yeah. Hey. Well,
Now, Box.
me, I'm gonna say Sugar Hill first of all.
be with you.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all crazy. Yeah, Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying? When I
Amen.
first heard Sugar
I ain't
Hill
mad.
in late
Yeah,
'79,
that's real talk.
I was in San Diego. We about to move back to Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? My mother and them was living and stuff back then.
Wow.
And the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh man, that's they saying a poem with a rhythm." You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. But you know, and later on I knew it was rapping poetry and all this. You know what I'm saying, and all that. But and I remember telling my sister and everything, and she was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "That's what I'm gonna do." From that day, and that's way back in '79. I think it's probably around about maybe 182.
Sugar Hill.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was still Sugar Hill and stuff. And I wrote my first rhymes to sequence instrumental. Funk you up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, and
On the phone.
I did that, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then when I seen the Fat Boys, that was a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? When I first heard Fat Boys, you know what I'm saying? I remember watching TV. They had just won a contest up in New York with Curtis Blow, and
Right.
Curtis Blow had just snatched them up.
Yeah, all that shit was in the movie.
You know what I mean?
Shit was
Yeah.
wild.
So,
Shit was wild.
you know what I'm saying? They had won, and I heard this dude, and I remember me and my sister was watching TV. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, I was like, "Hey, I could do that. I've been doing that all the time." You know, and
Right.
and she was like, "I know." And then she's like, "Look at and so then. You know what I'm saying? I finally got the albums and stuff like
Right,
that. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You know, we
Dougie
had
Fresh, a
our
bunch of people
radios,
was
everything.
coming. Right,
You
yeah.
know, back in the day, I was bumping my Fat Boys, my Dougie Freshes,
Right, all that.
Bismarck, and all
Right,
that. So,
all
you know what I'm saying? You know, and then, you know what I'm saying, Run DMC was the thing.
Of course. Man.
Oh,
Run DMC was our rock stars.
course,
You
man,
know what I'm
of course,
saying? They
of
had
course.
Guns
My
N'
day.
Roses and everybody. We
My
had
day.
Run DMC.
Yeah, my day, yes sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have been to a lot of them concerts, you know what I'm
I
saying,
didn't make
where
the concerts, but I
they,
rolled to every tape.
you know what I'm saying, they used to rock the house, but they had a song called
Why
Rock
you
Box.
gotta be run, nigga? I'm running.
And the Rock Box happened to be my favorite song.
Like that before
You
the
know what I'm
movie.
saying? So,
Man, y'all talking over him.
you know what I mean? And later on, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, in junior high, you know, I'll be beatboxing and stuff, battling folks and everything like that. And one day, one of my homeboys was like, you know what I'm saying, that's Rock Box. You know what I mean? I was called Dr. MC back then, you know. But anyway, yeah, you know, so.
That's what's up.
Hey, so this is one thing I always love about it, because I started off as DJ,
Mm-hmm.
but I came from a immigrant family. So I couldn't ask my mom, hey, who's this rocking right now? They'd be like, oh, these are the Fat Boys.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking Rodney and Joe Cooley. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Respect.
Like, so, like, I just, like, the song stuck in my head.
Right.
But growing up, you know what I mean, like, a lot of my homies are a lot older DJs, a lot older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, hey, dude, what's that? Who's that? And that's what I started doing. But, I mean, I grew up to all that good stuff, you know, the funk. And so, like, that's why I'm always intrigued and always interested in, like, how was the transition when you guys first, when it was always like funk, I know they had the East Coast had Run DMC.
Right.
Out here we had the funk and stuff. I mean, they
Right.
were more in the breaking room.
Well, we had
pop locking.
Zap. Yeah, we had Zap,
right.
and we was more on the pop locking. And then,
Yeah.
you know, for me, it was just like the funk. Like, it was like having DJs loop certain part of different records, you know what I mean? You know, or you know, because back then we didn't really have samplers, so a DJ would find that certain part of the funk record, and he got two of them motherfuckers to just keep that shit popping while you bust. And we was doing tapes like that out the bedroom. We was rocking shows like that because we didn't have no MP or nothing to actually sample that into at the time. I started with a Dr. Rhythm with my crew.
Right.
That was little, you know,
Right,
little video
right,
shit.
right.
You know, we
remember
moved from that to, you know, bigger stuff. You know, before it was over SP 1200s, EPSs, and MPC 60s, MP 3000s, the whole nine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, back in the day, we started just like, with this respect to this DJ Salute, we started just like him, standing there with two tables, with two records, and that's how we went. And please don't scratch the big beats. You know, don't scratch the big beats. Don't lose the clears. You know, I'm with you, man. Salute 100% to what you was doing all night, because that's real music. The stuff they playing now, man. And I'm not disrespecting no artists out there, but the stuff they playing now, man, it's super watered down and bubblegum compared to what we came up on. The Public Enemy and just the stuff that we was exposed to. This stuff right now is what they doing. I'm with Justified. I got to turn on something else. I can't even bump that like that. And no disrespect to none of them. Let them go for theirs and let them do their thing. It's their time. But at the end of the day, you know, these dinosaurs ain't died. We still roaming the planet. Pterodactyls, you know what I'm saying? You call it what you want. Brontosauruses, you know, you call it what we still right here. And that right there, what you was playing, those bones still matter.
And it doesn't mean that, you know what I mean, the new music doctor doesn't mean that's on your fucking playlist.
Word
You know
up.
what I mean? Like,
Respect.
I'm not, you know what I mean, same thing with me, like, I don't listen, like,
No,
it's
no
not my
disrespect.
cup of tea.
That's it.
But as a DJ, that is my job. So I gotta
Right,
play it.
right.
Gotta
Word
play
up.
At the end of the day, like, when I'm chilling, like, if I hit the gym or, like, barbecuing, like, that's not on my playlist.
Right. Word
It's
up.
nowhere near, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man.
Right,
So,
of
I
course.
mean, I always want to ask that question because I love hip-hop, I love music. And I wish I was a little bit older, and I always wanted to be here. Like, I'm into breaking, you know what I mean, like wild style.
Right.
Our stars was the breaking. You know
Yeah,
what
of
I'm
course,
saying?
of
Like,
course.
we
Come on,
were
man.
Venice Beach, man. That was all the funk, the soundtrack, all funk, man. And we were on the pop lock. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so I mean, I love music. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm always like, man, I want to ask you, like, what was your experience? You know, like growing up?
Right,
Like,
right.
like
Ice-T
that
with all them
transition,
damn leather and spikes.
From hearing like nothing like, but no bad words on the radio. To
Right,
hearing like
right.
Easy or like
Yeah,
the shorts,
wow.
the tapes of Too Short.
Yeah,
Big,
yep.
you know what I mean?
They hit my neighborhood.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they hit my
You know what I'm saying?
neighborhood. And the gangbang tape, not the radio version, the gangbang.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm always
Crazy.
like I always, that's history.
Yeah, it is though.
You know what I
It
mean?
is. I know some people that got them tapes put up that you can't even mention it. They could get the tape, but yeah, man,
And
bananas.
speaking on that, like we had Tony A.
Oh man, word up.
So he's he's bringing up he has the Rhodium document coming out.
Yeah,
You know,
ooh,
Steve Yano.
a lot of good stuff.
How NWA started,
Mhm.
you know, back with High C, Second and Nine.
Wow.
It's just history, man.
Yeah.
That's what I love, and that's the thing. But we got to push out, and us having this platform.
Word
And,
up.
I mean, with that being said, I know you guys got some music for us.
Word up.
I want to see. I think we got it queued up. We got that queued up, Rusto.
Yes, sir.
So we got some music right here, man. The homies brought it right here. Can you guys talk on this? Like, what was the inspiration on this? Is it like, is this more? Is it like a personal track, or this is more like for fathers in hip hop?
What the music that I gave him is some stuff that we work on. Some of the stuff is more catered towards the real heart of the assignment, which is relevant to being fathers and putting that message out there. But then, like I said, we have another show that we bring to the club, so we have a mixture tonight. I got some music from Urge, I got some music from Rhyme Rocker, got some music from Kitty, and some music from myself.
Word up.
The first joint that he has queued up is none of us on it yet. We all have our verses that we're adding to it, but it's just a preview. I had a vision to do something like a We're All in the Same Gang type of thing, but it's about fatherhood. And on this particular clip that he'll play is my boy Big to the Boy, The Chill from Compton Most Wanted, my nigga Big Doty from
Word up.
Gardena,
Shout out.
and Jay to the Nut is on the track as well. So it's just a quick sample, but there's, the beat has been sent out to a variety of artists, and everybody's sending their verses in. Nephew Mike has sent his in, Urge got his in, you know what I mean? And this mix was made prior to those verses coming in, So this is just a shout out to the cast that's not here, and that's like I
Respect.
said, Big to the Boy,
Shout
the
out,
Chill, Big Doty, and Jay to the Nut is on this version of the Fathers in Hip Hop anthem. So you know he can get into that if he like.
There it goes, man. We're about to get into it. Curious Radio, TNT Boys, DJ Roostro, go ahead and drop that, man.
Like me, not you. It don't matter if you spit them out. That's still their daddy. It takes two to make that child, not one. And guess what? Ladies, the child came through you, but it don't belong to you. This ain't just black women either.
Straight up, straight up, straight up. Real father of hip hop. Stomp down, daddy going hard to the tip tops. Low to the Britney, they know what I love him and show it. I go hard, daily form. I see him and hold him. Can't break the system and brother bond. They miss their mom, head down, eyes closed, short prayer, closed palms. I been to the real father and learn from mine. And then I just stay with it when the Lord know I'm trying.
No lime and knots buried in Lakewood Mall. Daddy love y'all, and I'm never gonna fall off. I bleed and I breathe for my babies. Active, the man that be feeding my babies. And if I don't work, then they don't eat. No excuse, no respect for
Like
the
father,
dead
like
meat.
son, real daddy gang. Broke the cycle in my family, had to make a change. I would have been the one to blame if I didn't step up like a real man and create a lane for my son to grow up like a real one. Anybody fucking with mines and I'ma kill one. I'm emotional, forgive me, Lord, please. Protect my children and me up in these streets.
Anybody that knows me tell you I'm there for my kids, and my dad went around, I probably would have betted my kids. I'm glad he was. Thank God he was there for us. Sacrificed my career for them, but now I'm back. Trust me, step up, we gotta face this. Just don't be there and start rules and regulations. They said my kids' generation is all messed up, but how we gonna put the blame on them when it's all on us? Trust.
The idea that the response is that this is about individual moral responsibility and this broader sort of narrative that perpetuates this idea that somehow are morally degraded, and we don't see the sort of the presence of fathers that are working with their kids.
There, man. Shout out to Big to the Boy, the Chill. The Chill actually produced that.
Okay,
Word up, respect.
And you know, it's a track that I've sent out to a lot of different artists, and I'm slowly getting you know, the verses in. So I just wanted to give a preview of that, so you know, the artists out there that might want to be a part of this movement, you know, that's a track that I'm going to feature a lot of cats on, and you know, eventually shoot the music video. And it's all inspired by the self-destruction. You know, we all in the same game type, you know, thing. So we on that.
Hey, but I like it, man. I like it. Like G-Funk sound to it still. But you guys got the positive message, even with the little clip you guys had on their plane.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm definitely feeling that.
Yes,
and, you guys said you guys only been rocking for a little bit less than a year, right?
As far as, you know,
as a group,
the Fathers of Hip Hop, me, I got, you know, about 20 years in the game. You know, Urge has been around a long time. Nephew Michael, all of us have, you know, have been finding our way.
Yeah, 20
in
plus. It's just been a situation, not to cut you, Jess. I'm sorry. It's just been a situation, man, of just
niggas say not to cut you off, but hold up.
Finding somebody that we could all relate to, man. A lot of times, you know, you can't, if you trying to fly with eagles, you can't be down there with pigeons. So like, we have been doing a lot of things with a lot of people, but nobody had been moving like Justified Music, and then nobody had a platform, and nobody opened up their door and offered it like that. A lot of people said we can come rock and this and that, but nobody did what this man did. So at the end of the day, for me, after seeing how he was doing what he was doing without nobody, and he didn't need nobody because he's already rocking with all these names on his own. They already on his albums, he's doing his thing already. But he took time to say, you know what, man, I got some other people that can relate to what I can relate to, and we all kind of in the same boat with this type of situation.
Hey, look,
why don't we rep that together?
Hey, look, Urge, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Handle it. Tell them what you got. Tell them, because it's important when you think of it.
Right now, while we do that, man, you know, regardless, you know, hopefully, whoever listening, look, check this out. Me and Box was just on our way up here, man. You know, my first album was Gospel, Belly of the Whale, and even though it went #1 in Japan, it was like, man, you know, me and Box was doing these pay pay-to-play shows and all this type of stuff, man.
Amen.
And it was Blue Flame birthday and somebody who was at
Ghetto Flame.
Ghetto Flame birthday, the homie from Linwood, and he wanted and Cuban Pete's in Long Beach. And he wanted to do, I know. He wanted to do an interview with me. So it was like, man, we're going to go up there and we're going to get on stage and do this little gospel tune. But at that time, we was kind of like transferring. Yeah. It was street gospel. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, then before that, me and Young Third was getting down at another pay-to-play. And like, man, we seen this van. You know, he had the paint thing, the rap on there. We was like, man, we going to mess with dudes like that one day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So me and Boss was just talking about that, about how excited I was that day. Like, come on, Just, man, come in there, man. Come in there. We finna get out, man. Come, come watch us, Just. We was excited. I wanted Justified to see. At the same time, what people didn't realize, it wasn't that soon after he had lost his wife. Wow. So he was already, rebuilding and dealing with stuff, man. And it was just like me and Box was on our way here. We were like, man, you know what? Thinking back then, I'm like, look at what we are now, and the vision that he had, man. And so while we on here, don't be crying and all that. I just want to take the time out to say that we appreciate you, dog.
Nah, for real, man. That's all I was saying. I wouldn't.
A lot of folks, man, that said they was with us and all that. And, I'm really from the street. I'm really from the street, so
Amen.
They can do their homework on me. So it's like, a lot of times dudes be like, oh, whoa,
I got you.
We got you and all that type of stuff, homie.
Got me all right.
Like Irv said, man, he opened up some doors for us, man. It's like, shoot, nigga, I got to rock the stage with my favorite rapper. I'm 50 years old. I got to rock the stage and open up for Dub C. I'm like, there's certain dreams and certain things we never got a chance to do that he didn't even know that God used him, man, to bless us with it. You know what I mean? My boy Urge got on the go-kart for the first time in his life, and this nigga
for my life
is a pterodactyl.
My dad wasn't there to do that for me, but see, that's a part of this movement. It's healing, man. It's healing too, because see, this is something that my dad, I never even met him before he passed away, unfortunately, so I never knew him as a man. But at the end of the day, I was brought to tears after the experience, because I realized, like, damn, this is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm 50 years old, and it made me respect what he was doing even more, because I'm like, I'm not supposed to have my kids in that they supposed to be kids. They're not supposed to have grown people problems. They supposed to be, they about to ride go-karts and fly kites and put together puzzles. So yeah, man, word up. Respect, man. We love you, man. We love you, bro.
Oh, you niggas so sweet. Nah, I appreciate them as well. And it's good after all this time in the game to really find a team that gets it. You know what I mean? And that really reciprocates that love and really be down and show up. When I line up a play, they show up and everybody play their position and they do it well. So I don't see no reason for us to stop.
I think that Mike's gun is a problem. I'm going to grab this one right here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, there it is. I was getting some feedback.
Let's go ahead and put it towards the middle of you guys, man.
Okay, so we can get both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, bam, like more over this way?
Yeah, more
right this way.
Perfect. It's gonna be
bam, we both in there? Okay, cool. So yeah, salute to these guys, because they answer the call every time that I call, and they're really allowing me, to just push a vision. And I always tell everybody, this is not my plan, this is God's plan. And that just as he gave me the vision, when he connects me with people to help with that vision, I believe that he could communicate through them as well, to tell them, look, this is what you do. This is what you like. So if we all listen to God, he's going to give us all our instructions, and then we just, we mash on it. So I'm glad to have a group of people that get it, because some people are too busy not looking at their own opportunities and trying to count the next man's hand. And these brothers, they come in and they do what they do. You know what I mean? Like they said, I've been pushing the lane like, Fathers in Hip Hop is the movement. So I treat it no differently than I did my own solo career. And I never try to put myself on another page, because we all human and we all have the same opportunities. But it's like my guys haven't been on certain platforms in certain situations to where I've been, where they were currently at. So I can't come down to what they was doing. I have to immediately bring them right where I'm at. And then now we're all in the same place. Now we climb together. Versus me trying to keep them under me, or it's like, I told them, and I heard this, I used to do radio myself, interview, and Mac Lucci, I interviewed him, and he said that Snoop Dogg told him, homie, I'm going to give you the dope, but you got to sell it. So I'm giving them a platform. I'm giving them an opportunity, but I can't pacify it. Now it's up to y'all to run with it. Because I'm going to continue to do this. And I'm going to continue lifting, but they going to have to be willing to go and not let the outside talk saying, oh, y'all over there cheerleading for Justify. Oh, y'all building that nigga brand. Because that's how suckers is getting at my crew. And I feel bad that they have to go through that. But at the same time,
I'll go on record. I'll go on record by saying I have not been hit.
That's all we've been. I have.
Because, you know.
Yeah, we got pom-poms and
They
everything.
scared of the female.
Had I been hit, you know what I mean, I would have checked that shit and then let you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good. I mean,
Don't ever come at me about what I'm doing.
Right.
And what's so cold with it, it came close to.
Yeah.
It came through the whole connection. It connected me with him, kind of like, you know. So, you know, but it's
everybody view things differently. That's all. Everybody look at this stuff differently, man. You know, when they look, but you know what? Can I say this? He is such a big artist in his own right that's the only way they could look at it, because they looked at we was just talking about levels, nothing different than what he just said. He was at a certain level, right? And he said he can't come down to this level. He would have to immediately. So what they did is they saw him at that level, like, well, damn, why is she fucking with them? Because they had that. So they could only look at us like this, and they wasn't checking for us where we got records at, where we got sales at, who we are. But they know who the fuck he is and what he doing, who he rocking with. So that's the only way they could look at us. But look what he did. He didn't leave us down there. He was like, nah, bro, we ain't nobody down. We all, so come on, man. We ain't tripping off.
We on the same
Fuck the rumors. We right here. Yeah, ain't nothing but love. It's nothing but respect. You can't do nothing but respect that and salute that.
We got some more tracks up here.
Word up.
Yeah, we do it. And I want to make sure that we get everybody record played. And that's just, you know, how it is with the crew. When we do shows, you know, I make sure that we all do what we came to do. So this record that we got right here, and this because it just dropped. It just came out September 15th on my son's birthday. And the joint is called A Father's Cry. And it just takes you on a walk through my experience, you know, being divided, you know, from my firstborn child, that I had to go a period of time without, you know, being with him. And the song breaks it down beautifully, if I must say so myself. Good job, Justified.
Before we get into the song, everybody up in here, man, anybody that's tuning in late, go ahead and give them your info where they can find you and keep up to date with the Fathers of Hip Hop, and you guys as an individual artist as well.
You can catch me, man, at Urge 7 Compton at everything URG. So that's the Facebook, the Instagram. At LinkedIn, it's Gerald Parrish. At Facebook, it's Gerald Parrish. That's Gerald with Parrish. That's 2 R's in the Parish. And everything else is just at Urge 7, man. Y'all look out, man. It's a lot of good stuff out there. New music out, new music coming. Respect.
What's going on? You can always find me directly at my website, www.fedhaent.com, and whatever social media that you prefer, whatever your preference is, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, just click the button and you can go there.
Yeah. Nephew Michael, Facebook, Nephew Michael, Instagram at the Bull 124. You can go on YouTube, Nephew Michael. Just tap in Nephew Michael, and I guarantee you it's gonna pop up. Rhyme Rock.
Right now, you know, Fathers in Hip Hop is everything. So, you know, it's everything Fathers in Hip Hop. Twitter at Fathers in Hip Hop. Instagram at Fathers in Hip Hop. Facebook, Fathers in Hip Hop. And then, you know, that's all that I really need y'all to be checking for right now.
Right, and there's Rockbox, you know, you can check me, hashtag Rockbox. Everything should come up. Hashtag Ryan Rocky Entertainment. It should come up. You know, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Netherly Michael. And that's about it on that.
And if you forgot all the individuals, they're all on fathersinhiphop.com.
Yep,
and you can get
all
to
on
them individually.
fathersinhiphop.com.
So if you can't remember all that shit,
go
nigga,
Fathers in Hip Hop.
Go to Fathers in Hip Hop, and you're going to be able to link to each one of them individually.
Right.
Really easy for you guys.
Man.
That was a lot easier.
Hey, so go ahead, man. There's a song coming up here right next to you motherfuckers out there, man. We live, man. Fathers in Hip Hop, right here, live in studio, Curious Radio. Go ahead, my G's.
Hey, this is my latest single, A Father's Cry. It's out now, iTunes, everywhere, digital downloads are sold. Shout out to my junior, Lil Scotty. Love you, boy.
Man, I've been wanting to talk to you about this for a long time.
felt this when I looked in your eyes. When you came into this world, it was like God's surprise. No longer be myself and I, cause now I got you. And now everything I do, I gotta do it for you. Your mama caught me slipping, now she tripping. I swear it ain't you, but I had to walk away. Trust me, I didn't wanna leave you, but what was I to do? I was chasing dreams too, and these women had me addicted to the freaky things they do. And I cheated on your mama, and she don't want me no more. And I ain't really want it either, so it was easy for me to leave her. She told you I don't love you, I pray you don't believe her. I ain't never been no war, but this ain't Leave It to Beaver. I know the pain was real, I can't imagine how you feel. Seeing your daddy on the TV when I got that record deal. You wasn't there to share it with me, took a while before it hit me. You asked me on the phone, Daddy, when you coming to get me? Man, it wasn't a day that went by that I didn't think about you though. Maybe I was just being selfish, I don't know. But I swear I wanted to be there. It's me and your mom, she was tripping. I fell in love with another woman and made her my wife. And that's the day your mama changed my whole life. She said she don't want you around if I'ma be with her. It wasn't fair, I didn't care, but that shit really hurt. Cause you was my little nigga, you was my first. And it really fucked me up when they diagnosed you at birth. Down syndrome never got you down, you always stayed up. Slept next to your hospital bed there when you woke up. And I loved you so much, I gave you my name. Signed my deal a few months later, we're deep in the game. That's when the party started popping and the groupies started flocking. I was out there showing my ass, didn't care who was watching. My homie started telling, trying to get at your mom. And the road kept calling, so I always was gone. But I never meant to hurt you, I hope you believe me. I know I need you just as much as you need me.
Yeah, it might be frosty.
It
might be frosty. Might be frosty. Be careful. Might be frosty. Be careful.
What if it's to play them games?
Be careful.
I really just put my faith in God.
You gotta put your mouth on that. You gotta put your mouth on that. Yeah, frozen up.
But it really ain't no excuse. Crazy how time flies, 7 years flew by.
Nah, they gonna go down. Good looking though. You did your shit. They gotta go down though.
Never come by. Just
thank you.
Told you the truth.
Thank you, man. Your hospitality is ridiculous. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
But that was still no excuse to not let me play my part. Cause when we first separated, she used to bring it to my house. Then I made the woman I cheated on her with my spouse. That's when it got complicated. That's when she started hating. Told me that you and your little sisters